Hello guys, and welcome back to Midwest Coasters. Today I'm going to be talking about how Six Flags is changing and how it may not be for the better. This is a topic other content creators and coaster enthusiasts have already kind of covered a little bit, but I just wanted to give all of you my perspective. So let's get to it. Since Salim Basul took over Six Flags, the company has changed a ton. Six Flags is trying to change from thrill parks to family parks, and it's kind of obvious with all the moves that they made this off season, all the new announcements. So despite even last year them saying they're not even going to focus at all on new additions, this year we saw a lot of new additions that kind of guided their principles that way, kind of showed their hand a little bit with them wanting to be in that family park place. So let's start off with all of their new attractions, starting off with Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The first addition they talked about is Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster. There are 2 of these coming to parks this year. Those are 2 out of the 4 coasters that are technically coming to parks this year. This is a racing Puschetti Bowl model from Skyline Attractions. And while I don't think they're the most trustworthy, this seems like a slam dunk addition, especially with all the LEDs and stuff. If that stuff's running, if it's dueling, I think it'll be good. Fiesta Texas is really known for their fantastic operations, and with this coaster, I think it'll be no different. The second edition they talked about is kind of off from the theme park. It's E6 Gaming. It'll be a new gaming facility. To me, this is like, I guess their band trips or all the other kind of field trips they do to attract teenagers, which is odd because they're shifting away from that. But basically, I'm thinking in my head, it's going to be a way for them to attract these new teenagers to game and then spend money in their park, right? And this, they've talked about, they're going to get loads of new PC gaming stations, console gaming stations. It's a crazy facility. You can read all about it in their article, get some more specifics. But it just seems like an addition that's out of place in the whole lineup of additions, I guess, for Six Flags this year. The third edition is 11 new kiddie water slides for Hurricane Harbor San Antonio. That's the last edition at Fiesta Texas. And I think this is actually a good addition. I feel like all their additions are good additions, but they are all kind of a shift away from that teenage market into the family market. So this, no different. This is going to attract kids with 11 new small water slides for them to enjoy. The second place we're going to talk about here is Six Flags Over Georgia, also receiving Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster. All the stuff I said about earlier, same thing. I'm excited to see how it fits in the park. It's going in the DC section, so I do like that it will fit in with the theming of the park, I guess. Like, it'll be in the right spot. Even though that's not where the kiddie attractions are, I think it's actually good for them to do a little bit of distribution, because one thing I don't like personally is when, all the kid attractions, it's good to have them in a spot, but it means that, families and kids don't get to enjoy the whole park. So this will give them a chance to kind of walk around, enjoy DC attractions, ride some of the kiddie attractions in that area. The second edition for Six Flags Over Georgia is at Whitewater, so that's just down the road, still in Georgia, and that is Caribbean Cove. It is a water play complex. Definitely good for some kiddos. I don't really want to speak out too much because it seems like a slam dunk addition to the water park. Not too expensive, but we'll have some families reconsidering whether they want to make the trip there or somewhere else. I think this will be a big draw for kids and young families. Same additions going to Six Flags Great Adventure called Splash Island, another water play complex going to Hurricane Harbor, New Jersey. Same stuff I said. One cool thing coming to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is a walk through wildlife exhibit. They've got basically a shark tunnel, and they're reworking their butterfly exhibit. Those are some good updates, some good new attractions, and I think it shows a shift. Again, it's families, but it also shows that shift of, more maintenance. Like, it's all those little things that are broken and look gross, and it's like, you don't really want to be there. Whereas when, like, Disney, those aren't even the things you think about because they're just perfect already. And so it's nice to see them putting a little bit more money into the, cosmetic look of the park, the underlying, things that they need to be maintained. And I think this is actually kind of part of that with the new walkthrough attraction and the rework of that butterfly exhibit that, has been falling apart or something. Another cool new thing coming to Six Flags Mexico is a bunch of new festivals, which they're not really doing anywhere else, but they have like Superhero and Villains Fest, some other festivals that just seem to be hits. That's one thing I've always complained about my home park, Great America, who is not receiving an edition this year. I'm disappointed, but is what it is it never has enough events or shows. And I think this is one way to attract families without really having to do much work or really, put tons of money. Because it's definitely cheaper to put something like a new event or show than put loads of money into a brand new exhibit like they're doing at Discovery Kingdom. Festivals just seem like a slam dunk addition that is for everybody. It's not really just for kids or families, it's for everybody. Also coming to Six Flags Over Texas, their, home park, is Aquaman Power Wave. They've been waiting since 2020 for that edition, so I feel bad for enthusiasts of that park. But this is maybe the second of 3 teenage editions, right? Brand new roller coaster. This thing seems like a slam dunk. I think some coaster enthusiasts are shaming it. I personally think this is a cool addition, right? Has a turntable, glad they added it. It's a launched water coaster. I'm a fan of vertical spikes, and it just seems like a slam dunk model by Mach. And I'm surprised Six Flags hasn't already purchased more, but I guess this will be kind of the test for that model for the Power Splash. Another new addition is Six Flags New England with Dino Off-Road Adventure, a rework of that kiddie ride. I saw that kiddie ride because I was eating by it when I ate there, and it was not looking its best. So I think it's definitely a good thing for the park to fix up that ride and actually theme it. I don't think the theming is in place. I don't think you should put the dino attraction there. I believe it's the one that's in, the Wiggles World area or whatever that kiddie area is called. And I don't really think that the Dino Off-Road Adventure will really fit. Its theme won't fit, and I don't like that. But I will take a Six Flags theme ride any day of the week, despite where it's placed, because they've blown past that a while ago when they just would put a DC ride anywhere in the park. So I definitely think it's a good addition. I think the theme could have, I don't know. I don't like that it's a dino themed attraction in a different, kids themed area. But whatever, it'll be cool. Definitely a good addition. And one of my favorites actually is Six Flags St. Louis, who's getting Rookie Racer. They've been needing that for a very long time, so for them to finally get it, really cool to get a Vekoma Jr. coaster. Then Six Flags Maryland with Rip Curl Blaster, horrible name. Going to Hurricane Harbor, Maryland. Maybe the 3rd teenage edition, right? For Six Flags' old audience. But I think it's a really good one, actually. I think this park's needed a water coaster, or any coaster, or anything for that matter. They haven't received an edition in a very long time. So it's nice to see a park that, frankly, it's in a good market, and it has a lot of land. They should be doing a lot more with it. So it's nice to see it finally get an edition. Hopefully, people in Maryland will appreciate it. So overall, when we're looking at all these editions, only really 3 were towards their old audience of thrill seekers, of teenagers, and the rest of them were all towards families or kids, which I think is good. It shows their shift. This lines up with Six Flags' new philosophy of pricing out the teenagers, which unfortunately includes myself. I'm a teenager. I can't really afford loads of tickets to parks, and they're priced me out a little bit with $200 season passes. I would visit this park, I'd visit Great America, only an hour away from me, loads of times a year. When it was a season pass, it was like $80, $90. I could afford that easily and go to the park. But now I'm really reconsidering it, because it's not like there's 1,000 parks by me. I live by Great America, and there's not many other Six Flags parks that I really love. So it's not really worth it as much to me to buy that $200+ season pass, almost $300, when I'm not going to see as much benefit. At least there's the free parking, but now they've upped the parking price, so I can't even really get a one-day ticket without paying $100. So I don't necessarily like the new pricing and the new Six Flags model, where they're just bumping up the price without us really seeing anything. And all of it started with Salim Basul, all this new stuff. That's where I look at him taking over Six Flags and how it's changed since then, because additions from 2021, 2022 showed Dr. Diabocal was not because of Salim Basul, and I think that was a fantastic addition. They themed it really well, really good attraction, helped Fiesta Texas. I think that park is growing at an incredible rate, but I think the additions that Salim Basul has added are either cheap models that they've already used, or I mean that's basically what all it covers: models that they've already used, or cheap, or things they've already purchased with Aquaman. So it doesn't really make me too excited for the future of the company, because it doesn't feel like I'm the audience that they're trying to attract, and that's unfortunate. On the other hand, it's nice to see a lot of new investment. I do think the park has needed the chain has needed family editions for a while, so it's not bad to see that investment. I just want to see more balance in the future with adding new kids rides, new kids editions, balanced with new thrill rides. I want to see more thrill coasters and things like that, especially because I think Great America they deserve one really good coaster for the 50th anniversary, right? I think next year it'll be Great Adventures, I think 50th, I want to say. So they deserve a nice big coaster for that, because a lot of these bigger parks still need some rounding out, and all the smaller parks could just use some new coasters. It'd just be nice to see in the future more balance between the thrill attractions and the kids editions. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Sorry it took so long to make a video. I kind of made a post about that in the community tab, but it's just I've been very busy, all of that. Thank you for watching this whole video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.